Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your NBA Tuesday picks, 11/11, November 11, 2025. And we've got your 6 games tonight for you. We're going to have all those. And, of course, we do every game every day. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Do not miss out. And while you're here, hey, let's do we did a contest last night. I don't think anybody won, so let's do it again tonight. We're going to do the last game on the board. You put what you like the score to be in the last game, Denver and Sacramento. You pick who's going to win and the exact score. If you get it right, we'll give you a week pass from Indian Cowboy and myself, all sports included. So make sure you put that in the comments. And you got to do it before the games start. All right, I see. Don't forget about the 2-for-1 deals, by the way. Oh, hold on. Did the wrong one. Don't forget about the 2-for-1 football deal. You can get in on that. DocSports.com/Craig Arun. You can get all of our picks for the entire week, all the way through Monday Night Football this coming week, just $99. If you want in on the 15% off code for any of the other sports, this code will not work on that because it's already 50% off. 15% off code, Big Win 15. This guy over here is red hot right now in the NBA, college basketball, NHL, and props. I think all of them have been profitable the last week if I saw my notes right. And then so you can use that on either one of our picks on anything out there. You can use that at the website. Okay. Premium levels. Don't forget that's YouTube Premium. This is where you get all the extra plays. Click the link to get in, and you get all the details. Okay, let's go to the NBA for 11/11. 11s are wild today. First game, Toronto and Brooklyn. Toronto favored by 10, total of 234.5. Toronto is exactly 500 on the year, 5-5, facing a 1-9 Brooklyn Nets. I'm just guessing. I see you're on Brooklyn Nets, I bet.
Well, I mean, look, I gave you the Wizards recently, didn't I? And I was like, the Wizards, I think, are going to play pretty well. And they did. They covered recently against the Pistons. People thought we were nuts, but I was like, it's a perfect sandwich spot. And I will tell you that I am 7-0 in the NBA, Craig. That's my 145th golden week of my life. I'll celebrate with the Mike's Hard here. That's 7 wins in a row. All right, so as far as this game is concerned, look, the Raptors, they've beaten this team the last 3 times, right? They come off a 10-point loss to Philadelphia. They have Cleveland on deck. They beat Atlanta, Milwaukee, and Memphis, okay, prior to that. So then you have Brooklyn here coming off one of the worst losses of the year to New York, losing 98-134. That was a bad loss, dude. And I hate the fact the Raptors are off of a loss, but let me to 134 to a crosstown rival. That's not good. So, and, you have to, I understand, look, Toronto beat Atlanta, they beat Milwaukee, they beat Memphis, they beat some good teams. They also have Cleveland on deck as well. I will tell you that Toronto giving up 130 points is interesting because I think that will motivate them a lot too coming into this game. So either you have to look at the Nets on a possible bounce back here, or you got to look at the under. And I think with Brooklyn giving up 134 points in their last game too, that's a terrible effort on their part. I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes under. I can't take Brooklyn because of Toronto's off of a loss. And I can't take Toronto because Brooklyn comes off the worst loss of the year. But what I will take is the under because both these teams came off giving up the highest total points that they've given up all year long. So give me the under.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on all the great content we have here at Doc Sports.
Craig, Memphis, 9.5-point dog to Memphis. Memphis, 9.5-point dog to New York. Although it is funny, in life, our most difficult things is ourselves as we compete against ourselves. So maybe Memphis should compete against Memphis, Memphis off a loss. New York comes off 4 straight wins here, including that big win against Brooklyn. Who do you like?
I keep trying to find a way to
say
bet
Memphis. Yes,
I'm trying. I think we've done all these games, by the way, since the NBA season started. We've done all the games. But you know what has not worked? Memphis lately, they're 1-4 against the spread and 1-4 straight up the last 5 games. The only game was against the dumpster fire that is the Dallas Mavericks. I've done it enough. I've been like stabbing myself, like taking the Memphis Grizzlies, thinking that I'm just not doing it. I'm taking the Knicks here. I know it's a lot of points, and usually I'm the underdog guy when it comes to getting almost double digits. Something is just not right with Memphis. It starts and ends with the Morant issues, and until that's fixed, I'm fading them. I'm off the bandwagon. I'm not making any more excuses. It's like when your kid's bad and you're like, well, he didn't get enough sleep last night. You keep giving me excuses. Eventually, you have to say, it's your own fault. So I'm not going to be my own fault anymore. I'm going to fade this Grizzlies team. Take the Knicks -9.5. Next game, good matchup here. Seems like Boston and Philly. I believe this is the third time they've played already this year. Philly's favored by 2, total of 232. Basically, same records. I mean, 6-4 Philly, 5-5 Boston. I will say Philly is 8-1-1 against the spread. Did not expect that.
Yeah,
what do you like here?
Look, Philly, lost to Boston 108-109. I like the fact that Philly lost to Detroit 108-111. The problem I have with Philadelphia, well, the good news is they have covered 8 of their last 9, and the other one was a push. So they haven't lost to cover in their last 9 games. The problem I have with Philadelphia is a lack of depth, right? They only have about 7 guys who can score in double digits, and that's not good. I like teams that can have 9 guys who can possibly score. Now, Boston comes to this game off of a huge win against Orlando, but Craig, Boston doesn't really win back-to-back games anymore these days. They have some depth issues, too. Now, granted, Simons was pretty good in the last game, but they had Pritchard with 5 points and Walsh with 6 points. They pretty much have Brown and White and Simons and Garza. That's not a recipe for success, when Luke Garza is your 4th best scorer. I like Philadelphia here. I mean, they have the revenge. I thought they played pretty well against a good Toronto team. I thought they were competitive against Cleveland. I think when you put it together, Philadelphia -2 makes sense, or Philadelphia money line. I just hate the fact that 64% of the public is on them, but I'm going to take a small lean on Philadelphia money line. I will tell you something else too, that whenever a team continues to play each other, I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes under the posted total like the last one did, because there's so much familiarity between both teams. But I'm trying to just take the side here, and I'm going to take Philadelphia, keep it simple, but it won't be on my card. Golden State here, 7.5-point dog to Oklahoma City, Craig. No one is believing in Golden State. 72% back Oklahoma City. Golden State did beat them last time, so Oklahoma City does have their revenge. Golden State comes off that 114-83 win against Indiana, but they haven't won back-to-back games since October 27th, 28th. Oklahoma City rolls in, big win against Memphis, big win against Sacramento. They are 10-1. The only game that they have not won was against those Blazers when they lost by a bucket on the road. What do you like here?
Well, remember that last game was a long time ago. I believe January that these two teams faced off. So that was last season. So I'm not going to factor in the head-to-head revenge spot. What I do worry about is the Warriors have been bad on the road. I mean, are you kidding me? 1-5 straight up and 1-5 against the spread. Now, granted, some of those were in a back-to-back. I believe 2 of them, if I just not looking back at the schedule just on the top of my head, I believe 2 of them were in back-to-back, which we know in back-to-back at their age, they're not going to play extended minutes or not play at all. They also, some of those games, they didn't have Curry, I believe, in 3 of them because he was sick and didn't even make the road trip. So maybe you give them another chance here. To me, I'm just taking the over here. I think this is a Golden State team that when they win, they kind of got to do it with their offense. They're not terrible on defense at this point, but it's not that Warriors team when they were making that run that they were, as far as possession by possession, if you just, they were as good as anybody in the league. That's just not them anymore. They can do it in spots. They just don't do it for the length of the game. I like the over 228 in this matchup. Thunder can score as well. Like they have 9 guys. They still don't have Jalen Williams, their second best player, and look how good they're doing still. Take the over in this matchup, Golden State and Thunder.
How's it? Sign up for our free $60 with the premium selections, which is docsports.com/ICCT. You get free $60 with the premium selection so you can try us out. It's the best way to kind of thank us for all the hard work that we do, along with liking and subscribing and joining on YouTube Premium.
Next game, Indiana and Utah. Utah fought back after losing by 40 at Minnesota. They got the cover last night. Right at the end, they were down 12, came all the way back, lost by 7. Little missed free throws late, I believe, allowed that. But, hey, we'll take it. Indiana's been absolutely terrible. They're 1-9 straight up, yet they're favored here because Utah is in a back-to-back. What do you like here? Total's 228.5, by the way, in this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, Indiana lost 83-114 to Golden State. This Indiana team is not good, okay? And they're sort of tanking, and it's pretty obvious they're tanking. I mean, the only guy – let me read you Indiana's lineup, okay? Jackson, Walker, Huff, Nembhard, Shepard, Robinson, Earl. This is not like a Harvard college basketball team. These are random dudes, okay? Martin, Morris, Bradley, Dennis. This is who this team trotted out against Golden State, okay? So, I mean, when you look at Indiana's injury situation, Siakam out, Smith out, Toppin Mathurin out. McConnell out. Halliburton out for the season. You think this team's not tanking? They're tanking every opportunity they can. And they're going to, and the funny thing is next year they're going to come, they're doing exactly what the Spurs did when David Robinson went down, when they tanked for Tim Duncan, right? This is exactly the same setup that they're doing now. And it's obvious. The funny thing is that they're favored by 1.5 here. And the public hasn't really caught on. I like the fact that Utah covered against Minnesota because I had them as my plus 7.5 play, and I look brilliant now. But I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, I don't know about it now. I mean, the algorithm is great on this, but this kind of makes me nervous. But I'll tell you something about Utah, Craig. Utah put up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys who scored at least 5 points. That's pretty darn good. The funny thing is 1.5, like 57% favors Indiana in this game. I think they're wrong. I think Utah is the only way to go plus the 1.5. I think what they remember is the Indiana of the old and not the Indiana of the current. All right.
Well,
Craig,
they probably don't forget about Minnesota losing by 40 on, was that Friday or Saturday as well. So sometimes, they don't watch. They were watching Monday Night Football maybe.
Yeah. I mean, So, yeah, I mean, the other thing is, I mean, Indiana obviously carries a brand name with it, but this is not that Indiana team. Indiana has a different mindset right now. Denver comes in, and Craig, as you finish the last game here, as they're 8.5-point favorite on the road. The total is at 241. These two teams have met this year when Denver won 130-124. So Sacramento has a little revenge here. Denver, of course, is 7-2 out of the gates, beating Indiana, Golden State, Miami, and Sacramento 4 games ago. And I got to give Denver a lot of credit. Denver's got a lot more. Obviously, having Strother and Hardaway Jr. and Brown coming off the bench, and Valanciunas has peaked up this team's bench production, which is what they missed last year. Sacramento off an ugly loss to Minnesota, 117-144. What do you like?
Yeah, I really thought the Kings team could make a push for maybe like the 6 through the 8 spot, or even the play, 9 or 10. I don't think that's the case. Once Kyler Murray went down with the thumb injury, he's out for the season. That really hurt them because they were not a young team the way it was. That took their best young player out of it. And, I don't have a lot of faith in this team. I mean, they've got beat back-to-back games. Minnesota at home by 27. Oklahoma City. Now, granted, these are good teams by 31. They did beat Golden State when Golden State was banged up and didn't play all their players. But Denver, they are without Murray tonight as well, but Denver's just deeper. I like Denver team total over in this one. I think it's 125, I believe. I saw that earlier, so long. Hopefully that hasn't moved. But I think they're going to score 130 plus. This Kings defense just isn't very good, and I think that's what I would play in this one, the team total. I don't really like the over for the full game between both teams because Sacramento struggled to score a little bit as of late. So I would take the team total over. If you gun to the head, I would probably take Denver plus the points, but it's just a lot of points to be laying on the road here for a Denver team that's just 1-2 against the spread on the road and straight up. So, all right, that's what we like for today. Those are the 6 games. Don't forget, go over, use that 15% off promo code right here. Let me make sure it's Big Win 15. That'll get you anything but football from either one of us. So you get NBA,
look, man,
college basketball, NHL, or props. You're going to have a prop rate.
1 week from us is $99. You get both of us for $99 on this link here with Craig Arun. You're not going to find that deal anywhere else. It's just insane. Not to mention the fact that I think I went 4-1 on this week for plus 1670, which is pretty good winning the 8-star.
Yep.
I should have won 5-1, but I took off the Ravens, which I feel bad about. And then you have, not to mention 7-0 NBA run, 6-1 college basketball start, winning football, winning college basketball, winning NBA. And the YouTube Premium is truly the edge where you get an extra video from both of us every single day with extra content, incredible value, and you get a written summary of every selection as well. If you're looking for a true edge, that is the edge.
Yep. Yeah, just $49.99, and you can click the link in the description to get in. I would buy on your desktop because it's cheaper on your desktop than it will be. They pass along that fee from Apple or the Google store, so make sure you use your desktop to purchase. And then after that, it renews every month, so you don't have to view it on your desktop. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow.